welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. It's looking a bit dark. Let me just up my light a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. Is it? How about that? No, that's too yellow, isn't it? Way too. No, this will be alright. This will be alright, I think. I think I can be seen alright. I think I should be able to be seen alright. Yeah. I think microphone's working. We should be good to go. Let's turn that down a little more. Let's get a bit closer to the mic. And yes, we're good. Today's the day, finally. I know players in certain countries have already been able to play some of these new routes. But for the UK, I think they were just released about an hour and a half ago, I'd like to say. Maybe a little bit more. But nonetheless, we've got them now. So let us go ahead. Let us, of course, do the usual check, because I always have to ensure that everything's good of an to a certain standard, of course. Which of course everything is to a certain standard. So it looks like we have a whole new set of journey modes. Past life on the underground. We have 32 different services. We have 3 chapters. The first being introduction and experience. We have, let's turn this a little bit down. We have 6 different services, 4 scenarios, and 2 services. We have chapter 2, a step into the past, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe, 8 different services, no scenarios though. And we have chapter 3, past duty, which is a load of services. So interesting, so we only really have scenarios here. So it seems like we have only 4 scenarios with this logo. Interesting stuff. Let us have a look specifically at the scenarios. So it seems like we only have 3. Okay, so I'm assuming the first one then was a training module, I assume. So we have Blast from the Past, which is it should be relatively easy. And takes around 60 minutes. We have Rainy Nights. Let's actually see the description for the previous one, actually. So Blast from the Past, operate a special heritage service from Harrow and Wealdstone to Paddington, then return the train to the Queen's Park depot. So seeing that it would include returning the train, I would assume that it took place sometime in the evening. However, I'm seeing 11:58 for the over here for the start time. So that's going to be interesting. We have Rainy Nights. This takes place in the evening, and our job would be to operate. Oh god. Our job would be to operate the last heritage service of the day from Stonebridge Park to Elephant and Castle, then park the train in the London Road depot. And that will take around 50 minutes or thereabouts. And finally, we have Old Dog Same Trips, which once again, it's just an operating service. So, without much further ado, why not get straight into it? And yeah, let's see if it was worth the wait. I've read a few comments on the forums regarding the logo, this one and the 187, which I will do in a couple of hours' time. But yeah, let's see. So let's go to the journey mode, and let's see what the introduction's like. I also noticed. We'll go in it. I'll go into it in a second. So, a 1938 Heritage Tube Stop introduction. Let's see what this is all about.
Welcome to this 1938 tube stock in London Transport Red livery. During this brief introduction, we'll go through the start and stop procedures. Climb aboard to get started.
Right, let's go. So far, this is my first time, my complete first time looking at it. It doesn't look too bad. Quite a lot of stuff. Oh no, it seems to have sorted itself out, which could be from the game anyway, not the logo itself. But so far, the red looks pretty decent. Looks pretty good, pretty accurate so far. The green, a little bit off shade, be a little touch darker. That's all good. So first things first, climbing aboard.
A lot of your time will be spent in the driver's seat.
Okay, that sounded very clunky. I didn't feel like we actually stepped down. Interesting, but nonetheless, it's all good. Right, let's. So far, I thought that was a CCTV camera for a second. All right, cool. I'm happy it's not. That would have been strange. So far, does not look too bad. I like the fact that you have to hold the seat down. So we'll take a seat.
Insert the master key to enable this cab for driving.
Master key, which is still very similar to the.
Headlights are important in letting others around know that this multiple unit is operational.
Right, so we have our button section over here.
Insert the reverser key.
Put the reverser key in. Once again, very similar to the modern day unit in that sense. And the guard panel. Okay, for the sake of this, I will go and open it via the guard panel. But definitely during the normal services, and I can't open the door. During normal services, I will just do it from the tab menu rather than come here every single time. Because I know in reality these trains had guards, so the driver of course wouldn't have to, come down here every single time. First look inside though. I am understanding that the map was a little bit different. I know it used to go to Watford back in the day when this would operate. This train used to go all the way up to Watford, and of course this is what we're used to already. So it's unfortunate that that wasn't brought up. But yeah.
Now move the train brake into the released position.
Yeah, to get out and open the door every single time is yeah. Let's move the brake. To release. There we
Move
go.
the master controller into the shunting position. When
There
the
we go.
multiple unit starts moving
Hello,
forward, you can
Central
increase the
AHS
master
Central.
controller
What's
to
up? How you doing?
increase
Welcome
the
to the
speed.
stream. Welcome to the new 1938 stock. Interesting thing I've just learned is that this loco has an independent brake, which was something I actually didn't know. This is completely new to me personally. But as you can see, we have the regular 1978 stock, 72 stock, should I say? I think it was running on the route alongside this 1938 stock, simply meaning that this train is in the route as a special service, as opposed to the whole thing being full of 1938 stock. Go on, how did you get your name? I'm intrigued, Centaur. How did you get your name? I guess this could look a little bit more like a sticker or a badge. It doesn't really look like anything much. It just looks like it's part of the texture. Yeah. A minor detail, which alone isn't too much of an issue, but when you couple it with, the incorrect shade of green, and whatever else we may find incorrect. Big question. Sounds I'm not getting much sound. I'm not getting the track joints. I'm not getting the jointed sounds. I'm not getting the drama. But right now we're coasting, and it's completely silent. Let's remove the stop marker. That's something that bothers me a little. Yeah, interesting so far. You know, I'm aware that in the regular, that's strange that the train didn't stop here. That's very odd that that train didn't stop. There's no such thing on the London Underground as express services other than the Metropolitan service. We're not on the Metropolitan line. That was interesting. Yeah, so as I said, this just seems to be a special service on the route rather than its own you know, fully new timetable. Which I guess yeah, fine. Yeah, you know, it may have saved Rivet Games some time in terms of development. But I'd rather see the route actually look dated. Right, let's hold the train brake back and release and get moving. I don't know why there's wheel spin there. That was a bug that was with Isle of Wight, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I think that's it for the introduction. I don't know why I carried on going. Out of habit. Out of habit. Turn the headlights off. Wait, no, those headlights gone. Hello. Oh, that's quite cool. So that's that little side there is the headlight only panel. Take the reverser key. Go off and take it out. And the handbrake lever. There you the bill. Literally my first
Good
sort
work.
of couple,
That's
first
the
couple
basics
minutes.
covered. A manual can also be obtained that provides more details
Interesting
about the full
so far.
functionality of this
The
multiple
shade of
unit.
green should be a little bit darker if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. If it just feels off. I'm sure it's meant to be darker, but it just feels off. I've had a look at there's only a few journeys that get a few new scenarios. I think 3. There's only 3 new scenarios. And also, if you go to the timetable, one thing I noticed, the regular timetable is now unnamed, which is a bug. There's no other way around it. That's just a bug. And we have 184 services with this train, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all. So plenty of playtime there. It comes as a special service. So you'll still find the regular. You'll still find the regular 1972 stock riding around. So you will be pretty much the only 1938 stock, which is interesting. I guess in scenario mode you could create AI services that run 38. But if you're just stuck with the base game and the base services, you will be the only, as far as I'm aware, the only 1938 stock on the line. And yeah, 3 new scenarios which we're about to actually embark on right now. So let's see what they're about. Let's see what they're about. Blast from the past. Oh damn, Centaur. That's a decent bit of history. Welcome to Harold Wilson Station. You're assigned a special 38 stock heritage service to Paddington. Go to the opposite platform and wait for the train to arrive to take over the return service. I mean, they could have just put me on the opposite platform, but that's all good. That's pretty cool, Centaur. That's pretty cool. The build as of now, so far, probably 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. There's no listen, look, there's no audio, there's no drama, there's no, you know, this is an old train that we're talking about. There's no jointed sounds. It's very similar to how the base game, the base 1972 is. And this woman is she's floating. She's levitating. Make of that what you will. Oh, she's gone now. We had a ghost. Confirmed. Right, so master key in. Turn to lever to on. Handbrake should be released. Yep, 0%. Put the reverser key in. Put that into forward. Release the brake. And we're going to go into the side then. So it seems like we're probably going to do a reverse run. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a complete. I think it's a. I think it may be a. It may be a. Let me just start the audio. Ads. Why do I have ads? I don't have ads on my audio. Maybe I should go to Spotify. Maybe I should. How about that? Maybe I should. Alright, cool. That's done. Apologies for that. Back into the mix. So yeah. Also, I was saying differences between the 1976 stock and this one is this uses an independent brake, a train brake, should I say, independent to the throttle, which is interesting. We're not timed. It doesn't seem like we're timed anyway right now, which is somewhat interesting. We'll set the brake into max. Turn the reverser off. Take the key out. Do the same. Oh, pardon me. Do the same with the master key. Shut down cab A. And then sit to the opposite driver's seat. I believe we have started the. I believe we have shut down the cab. So we'll go through the train. Actually, headlights. So the headlights are still on. I don't know if we can change them with the keys out. Yeah. Alright, so tail lights. I'm not seeing tail lights. Doesn't turn instrument lights off. Oh, look at this. We can change the destination code from here. That's not too bad. You have the field flag. Our fuses. I'm just not sure how to activate the tail light. Guess we'll get it at some point. I'm very tempted to just run on the tracks, but we'll be a little bit patient with it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to stop the train. We're gonna be patient with anything. There's just not enough sound for me. There's just not enough sound for me. I am actually really, really hot in this jump. I'm going to change it very quickly. BRB. Okay, we're back. We're back. How about this? How about this? Nice little green shirt. All right. So they want me to do this manually this time. So let's put the master key in and see how much we remember. Turn the lever to on, put the reverse key on, in. Put that to forward. Release the brakes. Should be able to move right now. But let's put the headlights on. Headlights on. Yeah, we're definitely moving. Definitely moving without any force. I'm assuming my tail light should still be, but I don't know where the switch for the tail light is. Unless it's like an automatic thing whereby if the headlights are off, the tail lights automatically come on. If the train still has power, not too sure, like 100%. But this looks really nice. Not bad. All right. I can. You really can see where inspiration for the 72 stock came in. And we had a little bit of joint sounds there as we were crossing the tracks here. Oh, not much. Still not enough. That's the right now. That's the one thing that's sort of really letting me down at the moment, because the sounds were poor on the 72 stock that's beside us now anyway. So this was a sort of opportunity to overcome that, which unfortunately hasn't been the case. It's a bit of a shame. But yeah. And I'm sort of annoyed that we don't have a timetable to stick to right now. There's still the signal thing whereby signals will stay red until you close the doors, which of course is not something that takes place IRL. Off to Kenton, platform 1. And if you're somebody who's into speed, you love speed, this won't be the one. This is full throttle with, you know, no brakes on, and well, we're only going so fast. We're starting to pick up a bit of speed now, but I'm thinking it's only because we're on a slight gradient. So, yeah. Oh, we had a lot of. Oh, we had a little bit. Hold on a second. I think as we were switching through the brake, or even going down in notches on the throttle, the sound was cutting out. There's no braking sound. There's no sound. It's completely silent. It's completely silent. That's a bit disappointing. It's dead. It reminds me of the Class 378 on in Train Simulator that just had no sound when you accelerate. Right, let's lock our doors. These are the brakes. And get moving. Apologies. Alright, let's go. One interesting that I have noticed, and I wonder if it's only because I'm on a scenario, or if actually the traffic's been increased somehow because of this train. But I'm seeing a lot more AI activity. I remember when I did the Bakerloo line services, when I was doing them regularly, I didn't come across this much AI traffic. That's something that's interesting. I know there was, it was said that it was pretty difficult to increase the AI traffic on the route because of the signaler, and in reality, the London Underground is a very, very, very busy route. Even at its quietest period. So I'm surprised that I feel as if there's, more AI than what I was previously used to. Anyway, just a little something I've noticed. And another thing I've noticed as well is that I feel very cramped. I have the reverser and the brakes right in my face, pretty much, and it feels odd. The cabs on these trains aren't the biggest, in the modern day, but they're not literally in your face as this one tends to be. So that's a bit odd. But again, it's this train was smaller overall than what we used to, so it's not like it's completely alien that to be the case. But it is something that's like noticeable as I'm playing. It's definitely something that's noticeable. will say it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible. I just feel like maybe it could have done a better job. There's a decent bit of weathering, but you'd think, you know, look, this train is running a special service on this route. Nothing on the route has been modified for this train. Because this train is running modern day 2021. You know, it's a 1938 train. I would like to see a lot more weathering than a few patches here and there. Like on this one we have, you know, some wearing, but it's not enough. I just don't think it's enough. There's a bit of a pattern. Yeah, let me know, Nabil, how you're finding it. Let me know how you're finding it. I want more. I don't feel like I've got the value for money that I was looking for. I want more and I'm not getting it. I want more noise. I mean, it's working, right? The game's not broken, which is, you know, this day and age, you know, something we should be thankful for, realistically. One thing I did realize is, so in a destination board at the back, we have Wembley Central, right? We don't have that at the front. But I feel like when we switched seats, I feel like we had that. I don't know whether that's disappeared mid-route or I don't know. I was certain that we had that. Anyway, we're approaching Wembley Central now. I don't know what to say about this scenario specifically. Yeah, cool. We had the first one, which was an introduction that served its purpose. That's fine. We're only driving from Aaron Wildstone down to Wembley, and I mean, what's happened? I mean, I could have just done this in timetable mode, right? There's no event, no dioramas, nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary. I feel let down. I'll be honest. I feel let down. Look, silence. I turn the throttle off and there is complete and utter silence. Why? We had a little bit of noise there, and that was only because we were crossing tracks. I don't even want to play it. I think I'm just going to do I'm going to do the scenarios and go into the 187. I think 187 is from what I've been seeing anyway, is its own possible disappointment. But I feel that way myself rather than go off what I'm seeing in people's reviews and people's comments about the product. But my review for this right now, it's not worth the money. It's not worth the £12, £11.99. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. At the very least, you know, at this point, I would take seeing, or let's say I would appreciate seeing other 38 coming my way. But I'm the only one on the route. I don't know. It's very lacking. Really, really, really lacking. It's a shame. I feel like it has potential. I feel like it had a lot of potential. I guess we'll see what modders could do. And again, even if modders do, you know, adjust the sounds, adjust the weathering, the wear and tear, add a bit more of that in, great. But what about the console users? It's great for us PC guys. But what about the people on console? They're just stuck with this as it is now. And as it is now, it's not good enough. Even if you're an absolute, history, London Underground history enthusiast, this is not good enough. I know this is not good enough. This tunnel lighting is atrocious, Phallus. That wasn't even something that I remember seeing while I would drive the 1972 spot. So I don't. So that's something that's just become an issue. It's a letdown. It's a letdown. And I hate to say it. I'm not somebody who's so nitpicky on the smallest of details. Like the shade of green, I know it's incorrect, but I'm okay with it. It's not a game breaker. But what's a game breaker is right now there is silence. You can only hear me and you can hear the background music, and that's all. There's a tiny bit of wind noise. I've opened the window and there's been no change. I've fully opened the window. What if you open the other window as well? I'll open the door. There you go. I've opened the whole door. Now you can hear the joints because we're crossing over tracks. But right now, there's nothing. There's nothing. What's the point? What's the point? This is a train which you buy. Alright, the brakes have some sound to them now at low speeds. So at very, very low speeds, there is some audible brake. That is it. Acceleration, there's barely anything. I feel so let down. I know it's River, I know. So yes, one can say, this is to be expected. That's not good enough. And it has the wheel spin issue that the Isle of Wight train had. This must be different from that. I thought we were only going down to Wembley based on the previous issue, but it seems like we're going all the way. Seems like we're going to Paddington. We're ending at Queens. We're coming back up. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to leave the destination board for now, and we'll just go with it. We'll just go with it. Is it just me? Am I just wanting too much? Am I just wanting too much? I will say I love the reflection of the taillights on the body. That's the only thing so far that I thought to myself, that's really, really cool. And then, wow, that looks awesome. And it's not even moving around that much on the track. Ultimately, I think it could have been worse. Ultimately, it can be worse. It's not terrible. With everything being taken into account, it's not terrible. But it's not good. It functions, it works, which is, again, good. But overall, I wouldn't say it's good. I think this is one of those DLCs where you pick it up, try it out for a bit, and just sort of test it for yourself, and then you claim your refund. Again, we'll see what work, what magic the modders can do, but that was, there's no point in relying on modders to add the finishing touch, because they can make the sounds better. They can add weathering. We know this. But it's something that console users, won't get. And if console users aren't going to have that same level of enjoyment, so what's the point? What's the point? There was a bit of emphasis on this not being a copy and paste of the Isle of Wight train, and I would like to ask myself, why is there the wheel spin glitch that train suffers from on here? Could you guys not have fixed that? You guys not have done something about that? That to me just a lack of effort. Rivet knew that there's that issue. They've heard all the issues with their previous work. They've heard that. So why then, if something can be fixed as you're bringing out a new thing, why not fix it? Why does it still have that wheel slip issue? Sorry. I mean, it's a little thing in the grand scheme of things, but it gives you a sense of what level of attention to detail, what level of effort has been put into this. Because to me, or my overall impression right now is that it's a money grab. You know, at the very least, if you're going to ignore the previous issues, Rose, Salini, and Isle of Wight, if you're going to ignore the issues on that, at least come out with something that makes up for that disaster of a route that they've come up with. At least bring something that's going to make up for it. So then you can say, all right, cool, listen, we've heard you guys, and the only reason we haven't been able to work on the bugs and the issues that you guys have let us know is because we've been working so hard. We've been putting all our effort into this. But they haven't been putting all the effort into this. There's no way. You're not going to tell me that all of Rivet's efforts and finances and departments are all focused on this. There's no way. There's no way. I feel like this really was an opportunity for Rivet Games to, you know, sort of make up for what's going on in previous times. And it hasn't. I'm having wheel spin here and I don't know why. Wheel slip. I need to get out my car mode. The sounds are abysmal. Sounds are abysmal. I feel so let down. I feel so bad being... I shouldn't feel bad being negative. I'm giving my honest opinion and it's as it is, you know. I haven't made anything up. You guys are experiencing it with me. I really do hope that Rivet Games take the time to improve this. It's something that they haven't done for previous routes. And I wish that this DLC redeemed them. So I think right now, the least they could do is update this train as it requires the sounds. I mean, I could talk about the shade of green. I could talk about the other small nitpicky things that I could pick out, but I don't know how many of you guys live in London. I don't know how many of you guys have experienced the tube. What the tube is all about is drama. One thing you can't ignore when you're on the tube is the drama. And you can get on any line over here, any line on the underground, and there's drama, there's noise, there's the physical drama, you know, there's so much movement. Initially, the 72 stock lacked a lot of that. But then, you know, cool, that's fine, that was Dovetail's doing, that it came with the game, so, you know, very, very early for PS2. That's fine. Not good enough excuse, but let's use that one for now. River Games had the opportunity, they've had the time, they've had the ability to do a bit of research into what this route lacked. Like, yes, they are all about the loco because that's what they brought. Loco in the train. Cool, that's understandable. But for me to want to play this route, the route itself needs to feel a bit more alive. Meaning the train, as I'm riding it, as I'm driving it, needs to bring more life to this route. I want drama, I want noise, I want to experience, I want to be immersed. I'm not immersed. I guess I'm happy it's in the game, and I'm happy for those who are enthusiasts of the 1938 stock and the London Underground in general. I'm happy for that reason. That it's here. These sounds are atrocious. That was atrocious. How hard would it be to incorporate those great sounds across the route? You know, these trains aren't, they're not 377s. They're not 377s. 377s you expect, you know, silent, you know, that whole point of that train, that EMU, is to maximize on passenger comfort, right? So there's journeys, there's ride smoothness, there's a lack of, you know, noise, it's very, very quiet. It should be the opposite. It's almost as if they've gone back in time. You know, London Underground have foresaw that there's a 377 that's going to be released in the 21st century, and they're trying to compete against it. That's what this feels like. There's a lack of character. That's, I think, one word that I haven't used yet. That's, I think, kind of sums everything up. The lack of character. I won't do too much talking from here to Kilburn, so you can hear everything for yourself. I have the window open, and I will let you guys judge for yourselves between now and Kilburn Park. Just silent. I need to find the there we go. Maybe there's an extra panel somewhere. Yeah, it's just silence. Silence. It's a shame. But I feel like there was a lot of potential. I think it's just a bad day for DLC in general. I'm going to play the 187 soon. Probably a lot earlier than I initially planned to. I planned to play a little bit later on in the evening, as I bought that one as well. But I feel like I might go into it earlier. I don't really want to play this. I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm not getting anything out. Again, I think it's just nice just to have in the game. It's nice that we wanted to play it, we could play it. Yeah. That's it really. Bill, if you're still on stream, how are you, personally? How are you, I've just held the station. I guess one thing that hasn't changed is the inconsistent braking on this route, even in the complete dry. If anyone that's watching has given it a go yourself, feel free to air your opinion. Maybe I've missed something, maybe I've been a little bit too harsh. Is there anything you want to specifically see right now? Not really, the bill. Not really. Not really. How about yourself? Have you purchased it by any chance? Have you had the chance to play it yourself? You're not missing out on much, Nabil. You're not missing out on much. I'd rather be in your shoes right now, if I'm being completely honest. Things I know a lot of people were complaining about it for various reasons. but I'm a person who kind of likes to try things myself. You know, maybe I have a different opinion than everyone else. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in agreement with what everyone's been saying on the forum so far. Unfortunately, and I don't know if you've noticed, there's no PIS on the platform. I don't know if that's because they haven't, you know, done them specifically for this route, for this service. But there's no PIS. You know, I'm hoping that it will change in the bill. I was just saying, I hope that they, some sort of update comes, and they change things. I can't exit the train. Yeah, I can't exit the train. Okay, well, I can't exit it at least from the cab door. It's empty. It's completely empty. You know what? The station looks full. I have never seen all of these seats filled up like that, and I don't know why. Why you see the shine? The seats are really shiny. That's not how they should be. They're quite dull in real life. They are like, they're more this little shade over here. They should be more like this. Even if light is reflecting on them, you will never see them this bright. I know, Nabil. I know. Look at this. But I like to think that maybe they can redeem themselves. Maybe they've seen this as an opportunity to do things a little bit different. It doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem that way. I still want to give them that chance. I still want to give them that chance. Which I feel even silly saying it. I like the way the lights come on and off. That's something good. We have 2 forwards. I don't know why. I wonder if... Is that a train ahead of me? Oh, you're joking. You're joking. Alright, cool. I haven't turned the headlights on, so I couldn't see the track. That's on me. Oh. I got... I've some PTSD came back. I've experienced that on some other lines where you would just come face to face with another train. Thank God for that. I'll change the destination board at the next stop. I'm interested in what the stream will contain this evening. They've put Sam in the firing line. Alright, it seems to move a lot faster now that we've put it into forward 2. Would have been nice if somewhere in the tutorial it, you know, made mention of the fact that there were 2 forward settings. I'm assuming forward 2 allows for higher speed. I'm not sure about the acceleration. If there's any change to acceleration. Just have to wait and see. It does seem to be moving with a little bit more vim now. That's good. But there's no actual timetable. There's no time for me to stick to. There's no pressure. But definitely does seem to be a lot of AI traffic. I haven't played on the Bakerloo line for a little while now. I don't know if that was something that's actually been a thing or it's just come with this route somehow, which I don't expect it to do with this DLC story. But that is something I've noticed. Or maybe it's just, maybe it's just a feeling. I feel as if there's more AI traffic. But I remember Bakerloo being devoid of all life playing it. With the 72 slot. Based on this, one thing I will say I'm worried about is St. Ives coming. I mean, to be fair, this was a product that River Games seemed very confident. There's a lot of marketing, a lot of videos on how they modeled it. Welcome back, Nabil. Welcome back. Still here. We're still here. I was saying yesterday on stream that the 187 sounded more like a 185. It's a 146. It's a 146 that it sounded. It copied the sound from the 146. Skyhook games also need a little telling off. I mean, we'll see how it goes a little bit later on when I play it myself. But I don't expect a miracle. see if we can. It could be down to me. There's just no noise. It's a very, very humble, quiet, low-key train. Excuse me, I'm not. Does anyone actually want to see this route? I'm happy to call it now, to be very honest with you. I'm happy to call it now and perhaps revisit it at a later date. And hopefully it can be saved either by updates, fixes, patches, mods, whatever it needs. But right now there's nothing that's reeling me in to spending time. Scenarios are just services. There's no variety in them. It's just go from here to here, A to B and then B to A. I think I'm going to run we're on the 187. But that's it for this portion of the stream. Let me just make my necessary adjustments to streams over here. That was poor. That was a shame. That was a real shame. Bear with me. We're about to see what the 187 has stock for us. Bear with me.
Can you announce?
Thank you for the likes, support. Appreciate it. This has really dampened my mood. What a shame. What a shame. So, onto the BR187. Onto the BR187, available to play on the SKA route. So far, looking at it from here, decent weathering. The model looks very good. The model looks very good. I think it looked a bit odd in a couple of screenshots. However, I think it's very good. I think there was 54 services that it gave me to it said to choose from. I mean, let's just get into it, right? Our longest services, it seems, are about 40 minutes. So we'll do a 40-minute run, and we'll do a 40-minute run and see. So we have some mixed cargo heading towards Archon. Let's see. I already know the sounds are copy pasted more or less from the 146. So I won't go about that, I won't bang on about it too much. But it is a point of concern. First things first, windscreen dirt around the radius of the wipers. Very nice. Very nice. Three screens. How functional is this? Seems too much. That doesn't seem to do much. Nothing. Okay. We can edit our PZB mode from here. Seems like I have a few things. I can't tell you exactly what they are, but this menu is somewhat accessible. I think that was that icon. Settings. You can change or display mode between brake pressure and power. That also does nothing. Interesting so far. Very vague. We have our regular screen over here. Okay. So can we change our PZB mode then from here? Okay, yeah. Here we can. Alright. Okay. Leave it on you for now. We have our brake system, direct brake, passenger door, toggle, horn. We have our wiper settings down here. Cab lights off, or desk lights. We'll have them off for now. Headlights we will turn on to normal. Our brake release, our sander, our power throttle, and AFB. Right, not too bad, not the worst so far. Okay, not terrible. That's far. we can access the engine room, which is awesome. A really, really nice bit of detail. Wow, you can actually really go in here. Nice, really, really nice. All right, well, definitely plus one for that. Turn seeker on. The B on, the D as well. Take our time over here, not really restricting time. That's released. Okay. That's all set. I'm looking for a master key. Is that deactivate? Does it basically act as a master key? Yeah. Okay. So now
RFB, RFB, RFB.
we can't increase it further than that. I don't think we'll need to anyway. Actually, we may need to. We'll leave it for now. Actually, you know what? Max it out. Release the brake. Oh well. Why is it some tail lag? Yeah, these are just 146. These are just 146 now. Yeah. Let me apply the brakes real quickly and just find out why.
Zwangsbremsung.
Find out something wrong in that. Guessing there. Are we two? Okay, we're two. All right, cool. Then one. One can just be off, really, right? Or we'll have the tail as that'll be the rear. All right, cool. I didn't completely forget that was all done by the system, which is really cool. I'm glad that they have that much going on. Well, let's go, I guess. Don't want to mess around too much.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
I feel like we suddenly started accelerating really quick.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbeeinflussung.
Alright, let's try that again. We'll wait for the brake to come up first. No movement. That's all. Right, there we go. Took a little while to kick in. Right, 36 miles. To Aachen. Or Aachen. I think it's Aachen. I think that's the correct pronunciation. Aachen. So far, I'm liking the detail. Yeah. It's like one step forward, two steps back. The sounds are a massive thing in sim, especially a train sim. And I feel like we've been really let down by having copy-paste sounds. I really need to keep an eye on people. Alright, let's give her everything she got. Let's see what we're dealing with here. A little bit of wheel slip. Putting in a little bit too much power in. I don't expect a wheel slip at this point, however. Right, clearly we're still struggling a little bit.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Turn that down to 100. And now we have Elsa Beta Leader. A great addition, to be fair. Great addition. I'm glad they included it. It would have been very odd for them to make a logo for this route and leave out these LZB.
Zifa.
Great to see the fancy craft adjusted to the wires there. Nice to know they're not static. Great variety of layers in here as well, to be fair. I have another one coming our way. Pretty cool. And a load of petroleum by the looks of things. Zifa. Zifa. mean, there's not really too much to say at this point. It's a very nice model. It seems to drive well. It's great that it's got it comes with LZB. TZB seems to be working fine. Just a big shame about the sound. And I feel like a lot of people are going to hold off on buying it because of that. Also not much, from a freight in that way is tons and tons and tons and tons. You expect it to be like this continuous sort of rumble, I'll use the same with the drama of a freight train. And you kind of get that drama from the outside in terms of the audio. But inside is very silent, and I imagine, yes, insulation is very good, sound insulation, but not to this extent. Even for a somewhat modern unit, I wouldn't expect sound insulation to be this amazing. And it just feels like I'm driving. Dare I say, I might as well be driving a 377 in terms of drama. But at least the new 377 doesn't have sounds I've been copying and pasting. It does the job, I guess. Look, it adds freight to this route whereby we didn't have freight before. No freight comes originally by default with the route, so it's nice to have that addition. Is it worth £11.99? And whatever that amount is in euros, dollars, etc. I don't know. Sounds alright. The model is great. The model itself is really well made. In my opinion, anyway. The model is really well made. So then it just goes back to down to the sounds, and I think it's really lacking in that department, unfortunately. Really lacking. You rely on sounds for a lot of things in games. It makes up for the lack of sensation, feeling of speed. And when the sound isn't right, then it affects a lot more than just that. Anyway, I digress. 20 miles away from Aachen. It's nice to be back on this route. Nice to be back on this route. I missed the variety. I forgot how much variety is actually on this. I only remember it from playing it when it first came, when the game first came by, before the layers and the new trains and whatnot. So it feels good to come back with a lot more, with the route feeling a lot more alive. I think that was a newer 442, which was nice to see. This is the SKA, the one that came with the base game. I'm not going to try and pronounce it in German because I'll destroy it. But this is the route that the logo has services in. Yet to come across any ICE services. Yes, thank you, Gregor. Yet to see any ICE services. Right now we've just been seeing 422s and 442s. We came across one other freight service, also led by a 187, but nothing more than that as of now. I will say I do really like the little computer system. I don't think it's as in depth as it possibly could be, but it's great. It's great that the headlights, you know, do function off the headlights function off the computer. If anyone watching has tried this yet themselves, let me know what your experience is like. Have you enjoyed it? Have you not enjoyed it? What do you like about the train? And feel free to bring up the 1938 stock as well. I planned to stream that for a lot longer than I did. I think I only ended up streaming it for maybe an hour and a half, and I didn't want to play it anymore. I didn't want to stream it. This is calm. I wonder if it lays onto any other routes. I have to do a bit more research into that, but it's alright for now. Like I said, it brings freight where there's no freight, which is cool. But it's a bang average. It's a bang average DLC. Bang average DLC. You know, nothing that's blowing me out of the water per se. We'll put it that way.
Zifa. Zugbeeinflussung. 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 Zugbeeinflussung.
Not sure why we came to a stop.
Zugbeeinflussung.
One's gonna be waiting for the brake pushes to rise. What's the plea, I should say. I mean, as far as I know, when you're told that there was a deed that is ending, you acknowledge it and all is well, which I did, as far as I'm aware. I think I had a similar issue with it was the 185 and the 182 where it would just take forever the brake cylinder to be ready.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Well, it seems like we're stuck here for a while. For whatever reason. Brake cylinders should be at 0 rather than 0.7. The Panscraft without the circuit breaker is closed. So I'm not too sure why we're not moving. Also activated, that's all good. That's nice. Yeah, no clue. No clue. Gonna put on the brake, put them on full service, and then come off them, and we'll see if that does anything. Nothing. We've been here for a while as well. Nothing. I don't know what's left to try, to be honest. Have that one. That's what makes the difference. No, there's nothing over there. We do have power. No movement. Yeah. Oh. I think I want a great spot to end that one there. I'm not sure what else to try. Yeah. I don't know what time any longer for that. I mean, I think as for a freight freight loco, it does what it needs to. I'm not sure what the issue is, why we couldn't get moving then. It's something I have experienced before. I'm not too sure why. But yeah. One thing I didn't cover, it does come with a few scenarios. We have 2 here. Another 2 here. We have 4 scenarios in total. Right, this does have a little bit of little bit to it. Oh, this is pretty good. The rush hour service. Not bad, not bad. I do wonder why I couldn't get moving then. That's put me off trying it again. That's not too bad. I think we'll probably end the stream here. This was just for first impressions, first look purposes of both the new DLC. 1938 overall, not impressed at all. I don't think I'll be touching that one for a while still, unless, as I said earlier, it can be saved with updates and patches and mods, which again, I'm not too keen on that being the ultimate savior for that one, because that means that only PC users get to enjoy that train properly. So hopefully Rivet Games, put some work and effort into it. The 187 sounds aside, because sounds are terrible. It does what it needs to do, I think. It's great to have a functional screen. It's great to have a functional screen. But sounds, in saying that sounds aside, bring that back into the equation. Sounds make up the logo. Ultimately, someone made a good point in the forums on how when we're lacking feeling, brain, feeling this speed, sound tends to make up for that loss. And to just have a simple copy and paste that's already not even average. It's not even the updated version of the 146, for goodness sake. It's not even the updated version of the 146. But other than that, it's alright. Other than that. But yeah. That will be it for now. I may stream some Great Western Express later on, depending on how we're feeling. But if I don't, then I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for everyone that stopped by. I know it's been a very, very short stream. As I said, the whole point of it was to cover the new trains that have dropped today. So have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, day, evening, regardless of where you are. And hopefully, thank you also for stopping by. It's been a pleasure. Take care of yourself.